Hello, everybody. So I pumped the brakes a little bit, pushed some of what we were going to do back, and inserted this lesson here today. Yesterday, well, 2 days ago, I gave you a warm-up that was just order of operations. That's all it was order of operations. And, a lot of the class really forgot. I'm going to say forgot, because you've all done this before, but I think we forgot really how that order works. And in the warm-up in particular, I just said, here's a problem, go do it. So we're going to spend today making sure we understand order of operations, and then we'll get back on track to the rest of the stuff we need to do, which needs order of operations. So right above my head here, this is a problem that was found frequently on social media places, and it was an argument over what the answer was. Okay, so I want to ask you real quick, what do you think the answer to this question is? Most likely, you either got 1 or you got 9. And there's a common reason why this happens. So in order of operations, there is a set of steps. So the first step is parentheses, brackets, fraction bar, but usually just referred to as P for parentheses. But anything like those is the first thing that you do. So almost everybody that worked on this problem knew enough to go, all right, well, I have to do parentheses first, so it's going to be 6 divided by 2 parentheses 3, like that. Then, just for the sake of talking about order of operations, the next step is exponents. And in this particular problem, there's no exponents, but if there were, we'd do them now. And then we run into our issue. Our issue here is that it says multiply, divide, add, subtract. So people are used to the phrase PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. In that order, it shows multiplication and then division. So there is a group of students or a group of people, and let me tell you, this is incorrect, that would do this multiplication first. And if you do this multiplication first here, this is wrong. It's in red, wrong. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 6 would get us 1. But that's not correct, because what it actually says, what PEMDAS actually means, is that we do parentheses first, then exponents, then we multiply and divide left to right. We multiply and divide left to right. So that means even though the word multiplication in PEMDAS comes before division, we need to divide here before we multiply. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, 3, and then 3 times 3 is 9. So my answer is 9, not 1. So this is the order of operations. One of the reasons it's there is because a problem like this one, well, now all the way on the left, could be interpreted a lot of different ways, and we don't want it to be. So in math, there's a set of rules, so no matter what the problem is, we understand how to interpret them, okay? So in order, parentheses, exponents, then multiply and divide are the third step. We just do them left to right, and then add and subtract are the fourth step, left to right. Let's practice this. All right, so let's practice this. I'm going to work on A and B, and then you're going to really do C and D. So let's look at A. A says 9 plus 11 times 2. We just start in order. There's no parentheses. I can also do this. This may help. Let's see. There's no parentheses. There's no exponents. So we look at multiply and divide. There is some multiply there. We do 11 times 2, which is 22. And then we bring down the rest. And technically, every time you get a new step, you reevaluate. Are there parentheses? Are there exponents? Are there multiply and divide? Okay, we're at adding. 9 plus 22 is 31. What was the answer for A? All right, so let's go over and look at B now. So B says 39 divided by 13 minus 1 plus 2. So there's no parentheses. There's no exponents. Multiply and divide. So we got to do 39 divided by 13, which is 3. Bring down the rest, 3 minus 1 plus 2. Now, this gets us into the same kind of question that I was talking about on the last page. Technically, if I'm doing, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, addition comes before subtraction, but that's not actually the rule. The rule is addition or subtraction, left to right. So in this case, we're going to subtract first. 3 minus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. My answer is 4. What was the answer for B? All right, so let's have you try C and let's start with C. So 2 times 5 plus 8 times 1. Please finish that problem. All right, so there's no parentheses, there's no exponents. Multiply and divide. Multiply, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 8 times 1, there's still multiply. 8 times 1 is 8, 10 plus 8 is 18. Okay, what was the answer to C? All right, now let's work on D down there. Let's work on D right below me here. What do I do first? First I'm just going to multiply. So 4 times 20 is 80, and then what do? Divide by 10. 80 divided by 10 is, what was the answer for D? Good job. Okay, for this one, I want to talk about the calculator and exponents a little bit. I had a few people tell me their calculator didn't have parentheses. And for example, on my phone here, which I know is backwards, but there's no parentheses there. But there's parentheses here, okay? So, most calculators have them. If you go to Google for a calculator, it has them as well. But parentheses are very important. So, up above, I have 3 problems. 3 squared, negative 3 squared, where the negative 3 is in parentheses, and then negative 3 squared where it's not. So, first off, exponents just mean whatever that little number is how many times you multiply the big number down below. So if I said like 72 squared, that means 72 times 72. If it was 72 to the 3rd power, that means 72 times 72 times 72. That's the primary understanding of what exponents actually mean. They don't mean 3 times 2 or anything like that. So that's the first bit of information that is important there. But now let's just talk about real quick what's supposed to happen here. So 3 squared means 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. B means negative 3 times negative 3. Well, negative 3 times negative 3 is also 9. And negative times a negative is still a positive. Now, when someone writes C, they mean negative 3 squared. They mean negative 3 times negative 3, which once again is 9. However, where we run into problems with it written like that, and what we do there is what a calculator understands. So, because there's no point to show you here because it's all backwards, let me just explain what a calculator does. So in a calculator sees 3 squared and says, oh, that's 3 times 3, which is 9. That's awesome. If you do parentheses, negative 3 squared, the calculator says, oh, negative 3 times negative 3. That's awesome. However, if you do not put parentheses in a problem like this into your calculator, what the calculator sees is, oh, I need to do 3 squared, so 3 times 3, and then I'll bring down the negative. So that's negative 9, and that is incorrect. That is why parentheses are important for exponents. Also, don't forget the squared. So does that make some sense? Try it on your calculator now. Okay, so now, once again, like the other one, I'm going to work on A and B. Just want you to write it down with me, and then you'll do C and D. So A, we now are adding some of these exponents in here. There's still no parentheses, so we have to do the exponents first. So I'm going to identify my exponent as 5 squared. 5 squared means 5 times 5, which is 25. Bring down the rest. 8 plus times 4. There are no parentheses, no exponents. Multiply and divide. There is multiply. 25 times 4 is 100. Bring down the 8. 100 plus 8 is 108. What was the answer for A? All right, for B, here. A lot more stuff. Still can do it. No parentheses. I look for the exponent. That's 4 times 4, which is 16. Bring down the rest. And as you do this problem and other problems like it, this step-by-step is necessary to show. There are no parentheses, no more exponents, so I look for multiply and divide left to right. Here is a divide. 36 divided by 3 is 12. 12 plus 16 minus 5. The only thing that's left is addition, subtraction, so I just do them left to right. 12 plus 16 is 28. 28 minus 5 is 23. What was the answer for B? All right, move B out of the way for the most part. Let's move C up here, and I'd like you to work on C. above my head, please. All right, so hopefully first you looked at the exponent. 1 squared, 1 times 1 is just 1, so this is kind of a tricky one, I suppose. So it's 17 minus 1 times 6. Then I need to do the times, so we're going to do 1 times 6 is 6, and then I have 17 minus 6, which was 11. What was the answer for C? All right, let's have you do D up there, 8 squared divided by 2 plus 68. What do you get as an answer for D? All right, so we do the squared first. 8 times 8 is 64. Now we have no parentheses, no exponents. I go into my division. 64 divided by 2 is 32. So 32 plus 68 is my final answer, and that is 100. What's the answer to D? Good. All right, same thing here. I'll do A, B's behind me, and then C and D down below. So A. This is our first instance of parentheses, brackets, fraction bar. So since there's a big fraction bar and there's stuff to do above and below, we need to finish everything above and everything below before we do any of that division of the fraction bar. So let's start out with what's above. So 7 plus 2 is just 9. So now I have 9 over 4 minus 1. I still need to do what's on the bottom now. There's nothing left to do on the top, so I still have a fraction bar. Do the bottom. 4 minus 1 is 3. So now I have 9 divided by 3, which is, of course, 3. What was the answer for A? Good. All right, B. Got to do the parentheses first. 6 plus 3 is 9. Now I just have these. Now when you have a number next to a parentheses without a symbol in between, it means multiply. So 4 times 9 is 45. What was the answer for B? 45. Okay, so now let's work on C. So now I just want to clarify here. This says parentheses 3 plus 7 squared minus 6. All right, so I have to do what's inside the parentheses first because that comes first. So I get 10. So 10 squared minus 6. Now, technically I still have parentheses written there, but there's nothing to do inside the parentheses. So we just move on to exponents. 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is 100. 100 minus 6 is 94. What was the answer for C? All right, move that out of the way. Last question of the day. D. What is the final answer for D? All right, there is parentheses. I want to deal with the parentheses first. 12 minus 7 is 5. Bring down the rest. The 3 goes right in front. Once again, reminder that we need to show all these steps. My hope is that you're doing it on a piece of paper or on your math notebook so you can refer to this, when we do a worksheet tomorrow, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so now I read left to right. We can still show that stuff above my head. So multiply and divide left to right. There's no parentheses or exponents, so we'll divide right here. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So I have 5 plus 3 parentheses 5. No parentheses, no exponents, multiply and divide. Yes, there is multiply. 3 times 5 is 15, so 5 plus 15 is 20. Okay, was that a good refresher for order of operations? Do you feel good about that? By the way, what was the answer for D? You feeling good now? I mean, hopefully that should help a little bit. Come to Zoom tomorrow. We'll work on the worksheet together. Don't forget to turn in your other EdPuzzles and get all caught up for the week. Friday, we'll talk about this more. Friday, you have a new breakout. Use those Google Sheets to help each other out. Goodbye. Take care. One last audio question. I'm not going to write this. I just want you to see if you're sticking around to the end. So here, I'm looking at my Easter eggs making kit. Did you have a good Easter?